Monitoring the weather across North Texas. Here's a live look from our weather truck who's been out and about all morning long. We've seen a few accidents on some roads. They've been closed off with ponding and flooding. This morning, we also got a chance to speak to the director of emergency management out of Kaufman County. He told us some residents had to leave their homes and evacuate to City Hall due to flooding, as you're seeing in the video here. That's where we found our Gary Alty this morning in Terrell. Gary, tell us what's going on out there.
Yeah, well, I'm just outside of Terrell on Abner Road and FM 2728, and you're talking about these creeks that have started to flood. This house is about 75 yards from a creek, and as you can see, it's got a very large amount of water and somewhat flooded. I talked to the folks that lived here, and they told me that when they woke up, the water was up to their front porch. And by the time they went and got their dogs and went out, it was probably over the front porch and up to their waists. Now, the rain has tapered off here, and you can see when I first got here, that rain was probably maybe 3 inches over that road. And you can see now how fast it's dropped. But you can also see the debris line here, and that's how high it got. The road was closed, but it's now open. They haven't moved the blocks, the barricades yet, but I did talk to somebody who said that this is the only house in this area. The firemen did come and assist this family to get out safely, but the good thing is that the water's receding. The bad thing is it's damaged their house quite a bit.
Right, as you said, the good news is that the water is receding. We see that road blocked off as well. Gary, I know you've been driving around all morning long. Any other trouble spots on the roads?
Mostly just ponding. You know, it's since it stopped raining down this way, there's still some ponding along the side, but it's going down slowly. But those of you who are still in the areas of the rain, you really need to be careful because there's a lot of them are slow to drain, and you know, if you hit those at a high speed, it could be a pretty dangerous situation. So just slow down a little bit, and you'll get where you need to go.
Right. And Gary, as you said, you spoke to that family, I guess, inside of the home. Did they have to leave? Did you say that?
Yeah, they did have to leave. They woke up and it was the water was up to their front porch. And by the time they went out back, got the dogs because they were afraid they might drown. And the fire department came, I guess, helped them all out. They all have wet clothing on to about their waist level. So the water got pretty deep at some point, but again, it's going down fairly quickly. Nobody injured, good news, but they do have a fair amount of damage. The dogs are okay, and they're just you know, disappointed that this happened, but apparently it's not unusual for this particular lot of land, since there is a pretty good creek just over to the north a little bit, and this is really only about maybe 50, 70, 80 yards away from that creek.
Quite a story, Gary. Thank you so much for your coverage this morning, live in Terrell this morning.